Annika Noel grapples with ex-husband Liam's mortality. Hope leans on Carter as she reveals Liam's condition. Why? And Carter's huge mistake and Finn's vow to Liam. What happened? Una ditch her daddy dreams and leave Los Angeles behind. Will Steffi and Hope's truce lead to a bold new beginning? And what to expect from today's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful? I will explain everything. Never miss this video. Before going to the main topic, I would like to say, like this video and please subscribe to the channel. Annika Noel grapples with ex-husband Liam's mortality. But why? Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and Liam's Scott Clifton, other loved ones on The Bold and the Beautiful, don't know for definite whether or not he's going to succumb to his brain cancer and head off to that big soap in the sky. Viewers are aware, nevertheless, that this poignant plot is producing many outstanding performances. Noel was excellent last week as Hope, Liam's ex-wife, who had a number of heartbreaking moments with her husband as they faced the possibility that Liam's life was coming to an end. Hope spent the first part of the week figuring out what Steffi, Jacqueline McKinn's Wood, had told her. Liam was dying. Steffi and Hope have a long-standing rivalry. Their arguments over Liam have caused the most of their conflicts in life. Steffi had the option to keep Hope in the dark regarding Liam's health, but she chose to do so out of altruism. Noel made the more honorable decision to let Hope feel thankful to the other woman in Liam's life, rather than play off the fact that Steffi knew before she did. Seeing how these two frenemies managed to keep the attention on Liam was intriguing. Equipped with the awareness of Liam's dire circumstances, Hope invited her ex to pay her a visit. They had a long overdue conversation about their lives together. Their marriage was strained by Liam's enduring affections for Steffi and Hope's for Thomas, Matthew Atkinson. They parted ways. None of that mattered to Hope though. Hope wasn't sure how she would conceal the fact that she was aware of Liam's illness. Ultimately, she was unable to. Her genuine affection for him surfaced. Sure, Hope was feeling angry and sad that Liam was being taken from her, but Noel chose to have her character focus on the love. Hope proposed to her ex that they take their daughter Beth and leave to enjoy some more joyous moments before Liam discovered that she was aware of what was happening with him. Noel had Hope working overtime to protect Liam from knowing she knew about his sickness. Ultimately, Liam witnessed Hope's courageous exterior begin to crumble. Liam realized that Hope was aware of his serious condition. Noel maintained Hope's attention on Liam, the guy she adores. Bravo to B&B for bringing back the same heartbreaking music that was played on the program decades ago when Caroline, Joanna Johnson, came to terms with the fact that her husband Ridge, Ron Moss at the time, now Thorsten Kaye, was aware of her impending death. The theme emphasized the tender times that Hope and Liam spent together. Did this portend Liam's demise? Keep an eye out. Although it's usually more dramatic to watch someone not cry, there are times when crying is the only option. After the truth was revealed, Hope sobbed uncontrollably as she angrily bemoaned to Liam how unjust his sickness was. People adore you, Liam. They adore you, Hope boldly stated Liam, and they want to be there for you, firmly defending his claim that he didn't want to burden anyone. Give those who care about you an opportunity to support you. You shouldn't decide that for them, please. When Liam assured Hope that he would always be with her and Beth, whether that meant watching them from heaven or if he were still alive, being here on earth with them, Noel portrayed Hope's intense sense of loss. Hope felt compelled to consider a future that Liam might not live to witness. Hope fully reciprocates Liam's affection. Liam wants Hope to get back together with her beloved Carter, Lawrence St. Victor, and she wants to be there for him. Ignore their failed attempt to acquire Forrester Creations. Liam reminded Hope that life is brief. Hope assured Liam that he still had a future with her and Beth, unaware that Carter was listening in. Hope was forced by Noel to fully embrace this idea. Making what might be Liam's last days joyful wasn't just a hollow pledge. If Liam does live, we won't be surprised to see a bona fide triangle arise with Liam, Hope, and Carter as the players. Bravo to Noel for her tireless efforts throughout the past week. A less talented actor may have completely collapsed into tears and gotten distraught, but Noel made the decision to have Hope find the strength Liam deserves during this extremely trying moment. Hope leans on Carter as she reveals Liam's condition, but why? According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope Logan, Annika Noel, might eventually disclose Liam Spencer's, Scott Clifton, condition to Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor. Hope is intended to be with Liam, so he has begged her to get back together with Carter. Hope is unaware, though, that Carter overheard her confess her love for Liam. Will Hope be honest with Carter? When Hope was discussing Liam's imminent death with him, she was unaware that Carter was outside the door. Carter is only aware of Hope's declaration of love for Liam and her future plans to be with him. Carter is unaware that the future might only take a few days, rather than the years he anticipates. After returning home, Carter told Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, about his situation. Daphne offers to help Carter get into bed in order to console him. Will Carter wait for Hope to provide an explanation, or will he fall into Daphne's trap? Despite his love for Hope, is Carter really prepared to leave her? For weeks, Daphne has been urging Carter to abandon Hope and leave. Carter has fallen in love with Daphne, but has he also been seduced by Daphne after hearing Hope's confession? Will Carter restrain himself from acting hastily once more and immediately hopping into the bed of another woman? Artwork, given that he will undoubtedly harm Daphne in the end. Carter might leave her. Will Carter be able to think long enough to see that something else is happening? Would Hope reach Carter in time to prevent him from making the error that would cause their relationship to fail? Is Carter certain that Hope has been taking advantage of him all along? Liam is adamant that Hope approach Carter and express her feelings to him. In the end, Liam visits John Finnegan, Tana Novlan, at the hospital and encourages Hope to visit Carter while he is away. Hope telling Carter that she wants to work things out will undoubtedly confuse him. Before they can be together, Hope might have to tell Carter that Liam is dying and that she wants to see him through. Will Carter see the need to give her daughter time with her father and offer her the optimism she needs? Will Liam's passing bring Carter and Hope together at last? Will Liam live and make matters more difficult? Carter's huge mistake and Finn's vow to Liam, what happened? While Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McKinswood, decides on a Hope Logan, Annika Noel choice, Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, is likely to make a major mistake, according to the Monday, May 19. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful B&B. Here's what B&B fans may anticipate, as Tana Novlan's character John Finnegan will also swear to Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton. After hearing Liam's attempts to nudge her back toward Carter, Hope appears to be leaning toward him. But before Hope concentrates on that Carter reunion, she has another relationship to mend. Hope and Steffi will choose to expand on their previous areas of agreement in Monday's episode. It is likely that Hope would express regret for her strong endorsement of Carter's coup and own her mistake. Similarly, when she persuaded Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, and Eric Forrester, John McCook, to break their agreement with Carter, Steffi might acknowledge that she made a mistake. Since Hope was fired because of Steffi, she will eventually reverse that decision and extend an invitation to Hope to return to Forrester Creations. Hope and Steffi understand that life is too short to play these games, therefore they will each make some heartfelt gestures. The news of Liam's fatal illness has been a wake-up call, and on Monday's show, Steffi and Hope will work out a peaceful resolution. The resurrection of hope for the future should result from Hope and Steffi agreeing to put all the unpleasantness behind them. In order to get a favor regarding Steffi and Hope, Liam will visit Finn's office at the hospital. Since Liam wants his daughter's mothers to get along, he will enlist Finn's help to ensure that this occurs, even after he leaves. Although Finn will undoubtedly promise to do his best, Hope and Steffi are already headed in the right direction. Since Steffi is set to welcome Hope back to Forrester Creations, Finn and Liam should receive positive news for the time being, albeit things could change in the future. Carter might make a huge mistake by giving in to Daphne Rose's, Muriel Hilaire, temptation, according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Carter doesn't know Hope was holding on to Liam because of his inoperable brain mass, but he believes Hope threw their love away based on what he heard. In the upcoming episodes, Carter is expected to have X with Daphne before realizing his error, so tune in for more details on the chaos. Yuna ditch her daddy dreams and leave Los Angeles behind. Most girls her age aspire to find a new role, which Lisa Yamada secured. However, what does this mean for Luna, her character on The Bold and the Beautiful? Is it possible that she may eventually leave Los Angeles? Daddy drama has revolved around Yuna, Lisa Yamada. She discovered that her biological father is Finn, Tanner Novlan. She obviously wants to get to know him and enjoy the time they have together as father and daughter. However, there is only one issue. Their separation has been maintained by Steffi, Jacqueline McKinn's Wood. Or at least that is the theory Yuna is pursuing. She might give up and leave Los Angeles as a result of this predicament. Yamada is now available on Prime Video for the Legally Blonde prequel, Elle. She was cast as Amber, a Bel Air high school classmate, who is part of Elle's social circle. Fans of the 1990s comedy will already be watching this eagerly awaited season. Does Yamada's departure from B&B follow from this? The majority of her followers are so far captivated by her new part and eager to see where her acting career will lead her, they have already backed her. Finn's refusal to get to know his daughter seems unrelenting. Yuna might completely give up on the concept of family as a result of this. She had the option to leave Los Angeles, even her grandmother Shada, Kimberlyn Brown. Yuna might possibly be sent back to prison if she kills someone else, or Bill, Don Diamond, changes his mind and locks her up with his wealth and influence. After all, since Liam, Scott Clifton, is dying, he will want to date him. However, there shouldn't be any scheduling issues between B&B and Yamada's new position with Elle, because it is recurring. We're curious to see what comes next. How do you feel about the plot of Yuna? Do you believe she and Finn will be romantically involved? Tell us in the space provided for comments. Will Steffi and Hope's truce lead to a bold new beginning? The brave and the lovely May spoiler. Unexpected alliances are formed and long-simmering tensions are brought to a climax on Monday when peace, passion, and power maneuvers collide. The Bold and the Beautiful introduces significant changes to the canvas on Monday, May 19. Carter Walton finds solace and warmth with Daphne Rose, while longtime rivals Steffi Forrester and Hope Logan eventually put their differences aside. Reconciliation is sparked by Liam Spencer's last wishes, and Forrester Creations gets ready for a significant upheaval. When Hope and Steffi finally meet and reconcile after years of conflict, their friendship takes an unexpected turn. Encouraged by Liam, who has been given a terminal diagnosis, Hope consents to patch things up with Steffi, which Liam views as one of his final desires. The two women have a heart-to-heart and decide on a ceasefire when John Finnegan is called in to assist. This significant event paves the way for Hope to rejoin Forrester Creations, potentially bringing her fashion brand back to life. No one will overlook Steffi's choice to accept Hope back into the group. Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan will undoubtedly be wary of the abrupt change and wonder why they are getting together. Their responses might pave the way for fresh drama in the dynamic of the Forrester family. In another scene, Carter Walton is tending to his wounded heart after hearing Hope's heartfelt plea to Liam. After risking everything for her throughout the takeover drama, Carter feels deceived and lost, and he expresses his feelings to Daphne Rose. Since it appears that Hope is no longer involved, Daphne moves quickly, and Carter doesn't hesitate. A potential new chapter in Carter's life is hinted at by the two spending a passionate evening together. As the chemistry between Carter and Daphne grows, Hope might come to regret letting go so soon. She is currently concentrating on mending broken relationships and reviving her career nevertheless. There will be plenty of suspense in Monday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful as desire flares in unexpected places and peace blossoms between erstwhile foes. Fans won't want to miss the surprises that lie ahead. With Hope returning to the fold, Carter investigating new avenues, and Forrester Creations poised for change. Keep an eye out, because even a truce has conditions in Los Angeles. What to expect from today's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful? Hope tells Liam she still loves him and doesn't want to be apart on Friday. May in The Bold and the Beautiful. Unaware that Carter was listening from the doorway, she sobs in his arms. After being devastated, Carter and Daphne depart, with Daphne following him to his loft. Liam advises Hope to move on from the past and make amends with Carter before it's too late. Steffi, meanwhile, spoke in Taylor and Finn about her guilt as she battled with the thought of Liam passing away. Despite Brooke's warning that Hope and Carter are still in love, Daphne refuses to give up. Carter informs Daphne that she was correct all along and that Hope broke him once more. Now that Carter is emotionally open, Daphne will have a genuine chance to get to know him better on Monday, May. While attempting to keep Hope away, she will remain by his side. However, Hope will ultimately choose to pursue Carter and make amends, as Liam requested. Additionally, Steffi and Hope will meet in person and decide to put an end to their arguments. In an effort to make things better for Liam, Steffi might even attempt to bring Hope's fashion line back to Forrester. But when emotions are running high, nothing will go as planned. Hope will ultimately make the decision to pursue Carter in the May episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, as Liam encouraged her to do. Determined to speak with Carter and let him know how she truly feels, she will leave Brooke's residence. She won't be aware, though, that Carter has left Forrester. Carter will have left with Daphne and brought her back to his loft after the emotional toll of hearing her declare her love for Liam. He will continue to be reminded by Daphne that she forewarned him about Hope. She will claim that Hope was always going to turn back to Liam and never earned his commitment. Still feeling hurt and furious, Carter will begin to wonder if he really knew Hope at all. Brooke will see Hope's absence back at Forrester and might speak with Steffi to inquire about her whereabouts. Soon after, Hope and Steffi will cross paths. The chat between the two women will be strained yet polite. Steffi will let Hope know that she understands her situation and that it's time to end their back and forth. They will discuss Liam and how important he is to them both. Steffi will eventually advise them to put an end to their arguments and work toward mending their personal and professional relationships. Steffi will suggest to Forrester Creations that Hope's fashion line be revived. She will argue that it's time to lead by example and quit bringing up the past in their work. Hope will be shocked by this, but she will accept it. Carter and Daphne will remain at the loft in another location. Daphne will use this as an opportunity to demonstrate that she is here to stay. She will remind Carter that Hope was never totally in, but she will also attempt to be calm and encouraging. In the hopes that Carter will eventually see her, Daphne will console him while simultaneously using her advantage. If he is prepared to let go of Hope, she will express her desire for a future with him without being overly forceful. Hope, who has no idea what's going on at the loft, will soon discover Carter's whereabouts. She'll get to his house at the same time Daphne settles into his surroundings. Hope might interrupt them in The Bold and the Beautiful, but her response will rely on what she observes or hears. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.